Bubba Wallace, he's a driver, NASCAR driver. Almost immediately, he has Black Lives Matter plastered across his car. He has, you'll see there, I can't breathe on his shirt. Okay, can't breathe on his shirt. You see that, right? Remember, that turned out to be another hoax, but we're not going into any of that right now. And already, that perks some people's ears up. They're wondering, okay, NASCAR driver, that doesn't really fit. What's with the Black Lives Matter stuff? Okay, it's odd. And then one day, I'll never forget it, boom, this story came out. Somebody put a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage. And media took off like a rocket ship. Oh my gosh, it's modern day. It's like the South in the 50s all over again. Where are the KKK guys? The FBI mobilized a force of 15 men to go down and examine the noose in Bubba Wallace's garage. And you know what they found when they got to that garage? You see, all the drivers have a garage. You got to have a place to put your car, your gear. The noose was simply a string that hung from the garage door and had a loop on the end of it. You see, when you wanted to close the garage door, you would grab the loop and you would give it a little pull and the garage door would come down. It was not a noose. It was just a garage pull string. Now, in the meantime, before they came to that conclusion, Bubba Wallace was on TV show after TV show after TV show. I just can't believe in this country this could happen to me. I'm so oppressed. And then the story comes out, boom, not a noose, just a garage pull string. And virtually everyone in the country just kind of walked away from it, right? Because it was embarrassing for everyone who pushed the initial lie. Oh, gosh, that's embarrassing. Whoops, it was just a garage pull string. Hey, let's forget we ever said anything about that, right? You remember, that was the story, how it laid out. Now let's pause for just a moment. Let's take a little time out. You remember my sky is green theory, right? I'm not going to go over it all for you. You've heard me say it 1,000 times. But how the system can just wake up one day and decide up is down, left is right. The sky isn't blue, it's green anymore. And they would mobilize all their forces to push an outright lie. They would push it out to the public and get 50% of the public to believe it. They would get 50% of the public to believe, even though their eyes told them the sky was blue, that it was in fact green. Remember that sky is green theory? Well, I want to draw your attention to something. ESPN, the largest sports network in the country, and I mean the largest, comfortably, sports network in the United States of America, they have a documentary out. And this documentary, it didn't come out last year. It didn't come out in the heart of that noose finding and St. George Floyd dying. This documentary I'm about to play you a preview for came out yesterday. I want you to watch this documentary and then tell me how crazy my sky is green theory really is.
What did it mean when all those people who were so silent on that chat 2 weeks earlier?
Oh, I still don't forget, but this moment was still important. You can let down your guard a little bit, but I don't forget the ones that were silent.
Silent about what? I'm sorry, what? Oh, that's a long documentary too. It's a long documentary all about, I said this day and this dark day, and they have all these drivers out there. I stood behind him. And then you, of course, have Bubba Wallace over there. I'll never forget who didn't stand with me. About what? Because somebody found a garage pull string? These people, not only are they more than willing to lie because they really don't have any moral founding at all. Remember, these are anti-humans. These are communists. These people are committed to death and misery and destruction. And part of the reason communists have been so successful in the last 100 years is there is nothing holding them back. There's no moral grounding holding them back. Bubba Wallace, it would never occur to Bubba Wallace, hey, ESPN, maybe we shouldn't do this documentary because that whole thing turned out to be a lie, and we ginned up a bunch of fake race outrage, and it was all a lie, and it kind of makes me feel icky. So I don't feel like we should do this documentary. It would never even occur to him. It would never occur to him. The lies must be pushed at all time without shame. And look, it's not the end of the world, but I did think it was important to bring this up for this reason. I think it's important for everyone in the country to understand exactly what we're up against. I'm not telling you to be a moralist monster like them. I'm not. But it is important to understand that is what you're up against. These people will tell blatant lies to your face without a moment's hesitation. So do keep that in mind the next time the system sells you something and tries to sell it really, really hard, right? Maybe, just maybe they're trying to convince you the sky is in fact green after all. Hey, thanks so much for watching the first on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me, like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.